Begin your day with this speech before you set your feet on the floor, before you reach for your phone, before you step into the world outside your door. You must step into your mind, because this is where the day is truly won. Or lost. Success does not begin in the hours of action. Success begins in thought, and thought, my friend, is the seed of destiny. You woke up today with breath in your lungs. That alone is a priceless gift. But what you do with that breath, that's the difference. Maker, you are not here to drift. You are here to direct. You are not here to react. You are here to create. So ask yourself this: what is my definite purpose today? Not just a task, not a to-do list, a purpose, one meaningful reason why this day must not be wasted. There is a law invisible but unbreakable that says what you consistently hold in your mind will eventually show up in your life. So what will you hold today? Fear, doubt, excuses, or courage, belief, and decision? Decide now. No more waiting, no more hoping the day goes well. Make it so. Walk into the hours ahead with the certainty of a builder. Your thoughts are your tools, your words are bricks, and your actions, those are the hammer and nails. Build deliberately, build boldly, and don't just chase success. Command it. Let others sleepwalk through the day. You awaken. Let others talk about what they want. You act. Let others shrink in the face of difficulty. You rise. You have power. You have control, and you have today. So speak to yourself with clarity and strength. I am not here to survive the day. I am here to shape it. I will dominate my mindset. I will align my actions with my vision. I will not leave this day to chance. Let these words guide you. Thought, backed by faith, backed by action, becomes reality, and today your reality begins now. Success is not something that happens by chance. It doesn't materialize because of the efforts of others, nor does it fall upon you due to mere luck. Success is the product of thought, the thoughts you carry in your mind. It all begins within, in the invisible, intangible world of your mental landscape. Every day we wake up with a blank canvas, a new opportunity to create. But if your mind is not in control, if your thoughts are not focused with intention, the day slips away unnoticed and your potential remains untapped. You see, the truth is simple. The life you lead today is nothing more than a reflection of the thoughts you've carried in the past. The quality of your thoughts directly influences the quality of your actions and ultimately the quality of your results. Most people wander through life reacting to circumstances as they arise. They let external conditions dictate their mood, their actions, and their direction. The person who succeeds, however, is not a passive participant in life. They take command of their mind. They decide with intention what thoughts will dominate their consciousness. They focus on their purpose, on what they wish to achieve, and on what they need to do to make that vision a reality. This is where the power lies. The thoughts you hold in your mind are the seeds of your future. And like any seed, they must be carefully tended. You cannot plant a seed in poor soil and expect it to grow into a flourishing tree. The same principle applies to your thoughts. If you nurture thoughts of fear, doubt, and negativity, your actions will be fueled by these low vibrations, and the results will mirror that mindset. But if you plant thoughts of confidence, determination, and purpose, your actions will be rooted in strength and clarity, and your results will reflect that powerful state of mind. It's easy to say, I want success, but success doesn't come by wishing. It comes by deliberately shaping your thoughts, by filling your mind with the belief that success is not just possible, but inevitable. When your mind is programmed with the certainty that you are capable of achieving your goals, you begin to attract the opportunities, the people, and the resources needed to bring your vision into reality. This isn't some mystical principle. This is the way the human mind operates. We are all influenced by our thoughts, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. Our minds are constantly sending out signals into the universe, and those signals attract the circumstances that align with our inner state. When you believe in your success, when you think thoughts of power and possibility, The universe mirrors that belief and brings you the circumstances that match your expectations. But if you fail to control your mind, if you let your thoughts drift aimlessly, then the world will control you. You will become a victim of circumstances rather than a creator of your own reality. Your mind is a tool, your most powerful tool, and it's up to you to wield it with purpose, to guard it against negativity, and to fill it with thoughts that drive you forward toward success. The first step in winning the day, in winning at life, is to begin with your thoughts. If you want to change your life, you must first change your thinking. Every great achievement, every remarkable success begins as an idea, a thought held long enough, nurtured enough, and acted upon with enough persistence to turn it into a reality. So, the question you must ask yourself every morning is, what thoughts will I choose today? What seeds will I plant in my mind? The life you desire, the success you crave, all begin with the thoughts you hold. The key to a successful day, and ultimately a successful life, begins with a single, powerful step: clarity of purpose. Without purpose, life is a series of random events, each one drifting in and out without real meaning or direction. But when you begin each day with a purpose, a specific, clear intention, everything shifts. You stop being a passive participant and become the active creator of your circumstances. Purpose is the driving force behind every great achievement. It is the invisible force that propels you forward, even when the obstacles seem insurmountable. People who succeed do not simply stumble into success. They approach each day with an unwavering sense of purpose. They know what they are doing, why they are doing it, and where it is leading them. They are not reacting to the day's events. They are leading the day with intention. Consider this. How often have you begun your day without a clear purpose, allowing distractions and the demands of others to dictate your actions? How often do you let the day control you instead of controlling the day? This lack of purpose is what leads to wasted time, missed opportunities, and a general feeling of dissatisfaction. When you have no specific direction, you wander, you go through the motions, you take what comes and leave what doesn't. And in the end, you have nothing to show for it but the passage of time. But when you make a conscious decision to begin each day with a clear, definite purpose, everything changes. Purpose brings clarity. Purpose brings focus. Purpose brings energy. When you know exactly what you want to achieve, your mind becomes a laser, honing in on the actions that will bring that purpose to life. Your thoughts become directed, your energy becomes aligned, and your efforts are focused on a single goal. This is not just about setting goals for the sake of setting them. It's about identifying what truly matters to you, what will bring you fulfillment and success, and then making that your focus for the day. It's about asking yourself, what is my definite purpose for today? What do I need to accomplish to move closer to my long-term vision? Without a purpose, your energy is scattered, your attention is divided. You are pulled in 100 different directions, and before you know it, the day is over. You've been busy, but you haven't been productive. But with a clear purpose, you channel all of your energy into the most important tasks. You move with intention, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Purpose also brings motivation. When you have a reason to wake up in the morning, when you have something specific to work toward, the challenges of the day become less intimidating. Difficult tasks become opportunities for growth. Problems become stepping stones toward greater success. Purpose turns obstacles into fuel for your ambition, and remember this: purpose is not something you find, it's something you decide. You have the power to define what is important to you, what you are striving for, and why it matters. It is within your control to set your purpose, to decide what you are going to achieve, and to make that your daily mission. Every day you get to choose your purpose, and every day you can choose to live with intention, with clarity, and with unwavering focus. So, the question you must ask yourself as you begin each day is not, what do I need to do today, but what is my definite purpose for today? And once you have answered that question, the rest will follow. The mind is not a passive entity. It is an active, powerful force that shapes your life, whether you are aware of it or not. What you think about consistently will manifest in your life. This is not a mere philosophical idea, but a universal law that governs the way the mind works. Thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are the foundation upon which your entire life is built. Every day you are presented with a choice. You can either control your thoughts or allow your thoughts to control you. This choice is the difference between success and failure, between living a life of purpose and drifting aimlessly. When you fill your mind with thoughts of fear, doubt, and negativity, you become a magnet for circumstances that match those thoughts. You attract what you believe, and if you believe in limitations, you will create them. But if you choose to fill your mind with thoughts of power, possibility, and confidence, you align yourself with the very forces of success. You begin to attract opportunities, people, and situations that align with your highest vision of yourself. The mind is like a magnet. It attracts whatever it is focused on. The key, therefore, is to focus on what you want, not on what you fear or what you don't want. Think about the people who have achieved great things in life. They were not born with extraordinary abilities. What set them apart was their unwavering belief in their own potential. They refused to let fear or doubt dictate their actions. They refused to let the opinions of others sway their focus. Instead, they focused on the possibilities, on what they could accomplish, and on the vision they had for their lives. This is the power of thought. It is the unseen force that dictates the course of your life. Your mind is the lens through which you view the world, and it is the filter that determines how you respond to the challenges and opportunities that arise. The more you feed your mind with empowering, positive thoughts, the more you change the way you view the world. You begin to see solutions where others see problems. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. But you must take responsibility for your thoughts. You cannot allow your mind to wander aimlessly or be influenced by negativity. You must guard your mind as you would guard a precious treasure. It is that important. What you allow to occupy your mind determines your destiny, so choose wisely. It is not enough to simply think positively. You must also believe in your ability to act on those thoughts. When you think positive thoughts, your belief in yourself strengthens. This belief gives you the courage to take action, to step forward in the face of fear, and to keep moving even when things get tough. Remember, success is the result of a consistent pattern of thoughts, beliefs, and actions. What you think about most of the time will eventually become your reality. If you allow your mind to be filled with thoughts of fear or failure, that is what you will attract into your life. But if you consciously choose thoughts of success, belief, and possibility, that is what you will bring into being. The power to change your life is already within you. It begins with the thoughts you think. It begins with the way you choose to focus your mind. So take control of your thoughts. Fill your mind with thoughts of possibility, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. The world does not wait for you to take action. It does not care whether you feel ready, whether you feel inspired, or whether you feel motivated. The world moves forward regardless, and you must move with it, or risk being left behind. Success is not something that simply happens to you. It is something that you create. It begins the moment you make a decision to take control. You must understand that waiting for the right moment is a trap. There is no perfect time to begin. There is no ideal set of circumstances that will make your path easier. The world is constantly changing, and waiting for the perfect moment to take action only leads to procrastination. The truth is that the only moment that matters is now. The only time you have to make a difference is today. People often think that success comes when everything aligns perfectly, when all the pieces fall into place, and when the situation is flawless. But the reality is that success is forged in action, and action is born from decision. The key to transforming your life, to making progress, is to stop waiting and start doing. Your destiny is not shaped by your circumstances. It is shaped by the decisions you make and the actions you take, regardless of the obstacles you face. This doesn't mean that you should act recklessly or without a plan, but it does mean that you must act even in the face of uncertainty. Waiting for the perfect conditions is a form of fear. It is fear that says, "I'm not ready yet." It is fear that says, "I'll wait until I have more information." It is fear that says, "Maybe tomorrow," but tomorrow never comes. The only moment you control is right now, and now is the moment to begin. When you make the decision to take action, you align yourself with the forces of progress. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to recognize the path ahead, even if it is not fully clear, and most importantly, you build momentum. Once you take that first step, the second step becomes easier, and the third even easier. Action breeds more action, and before you know it, you are moving forward, making progress toward your goals. The power of decision lies in its ability to cut through indecision and uncertainty. When you decide to act, you eliminate the endless cycle of maybe and someday. Your decision becomes your commitment, and commitment is what turns dreams into reality. The moment you decide to move forward, you signal to the universe that you are serious about your goals, and the universe responds by bringing you the opportunities and circumstances you need to succeed. Success is not for those who hesitate. It is for those who decide, who commit, and who act. Your decision today will determine your life tomorrow. If you choose to wait, to hesitate, or to fear the unknown, you remain where you are. But if you decide to take action, if you choose to step forward despite the doubts and uncertainties, you are taking the first step toward greatness. So ask yourself, what will I decide today? Will I take control of my actions, or will I allow fear and doubt to hold me back? The decision is yours. But remember, in the end, it is action, not hesitation, that brings results. Success is not merely a matter of thinking positively or hoping for good things to happen. It is built upon action, consistent, deliberate, and purposeful action. Thoughts without action are like seeds without soil. They may have potential, but they will never grow. It is your actions that bring your thoughts to life. Action is the bridge between your vision and your reality. Many people spend their time planning, analyzing, and strategizing, but they fail to take the necessary steps to turn their plans into reality. They fall into the trap of perfectionism, waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan before they take action. This hesitation is often driven by fear, fear of failure, fear of making a mistake, or fear of the unknown. But here's the truth. Inaction is the only real failure. It is the failure to even try to take that first step to begin the journey. The secret to achieving anything lies not in the plan itself, but in the willingness to execute that plan. You must take action even when the road ahead is unclear. There will never be a time when you have all the answers, and the perfect conditions will never materialize. But action, even imperfect action, moves you forward. It builds momentum, it sharpens your understanding, and it creates the results you need. You don't need to have everything figured out to begin. You simply need the courage to start. Each action you take builds upon the last. Each small step brings you closer to your goal. The more you act, the more you learn, and the more you develop the skills, resources, and mindset needed to succeed. This is how progress is made, not through hesitation, not through waiting, but through consistent action. In fact, action is the most powerful way to overcome fear. Fear thrives in inaction. The longer you wait, the more fear will grow. But once you take the first step, you break the grip of fear. You show yourself that it is not as powerful as you once thought. Action is the antidote to fear because it shifts your focus from the imagined dangers in your mind to the reality of what you can do in the present moment. When you act, you become empowered. You take back control of your life. It is also important to understand that action is not just about moving physically. It is about making decisions and aligning your behaviors with your vision. Action is not limited to what you do, but also to what you believe, say, and think. When you commit to action, you are signaling to the universe that you are serious about your goals, and you begin to align yourself with opportunities, people, and circumstances that support your ambitions. Success, however, is not about moving quickly or recklessly. It is about taking purposeful action every single day. It's about creating a habit of action where you consistently work toward your goals regardless of setbacks or delays. Small, purposeful steps taken daily lead to monumental results. Your progress is the sum of all the actions you take, no matter how small they seem at the time. Remember, the most successful people are not those who sit back and wait for things to happen. They are the ones who take action, who make things happen. The question you must ask yourself every day is not, what can I do, but what will I do? Your actions today determine the reality you will live tomorrow. So decide now, take action, move forward, no matter how small the steps seem. In the end, it's not your thoughts that will lead you to success, it's your actions. One of the most powerful forces in life is your ability to affirm your own power. The way you speak to yourself, the words you use, and the way you frame your thoughts all shape your reality. Too many people underestimate the importance of self-affirmation, of consistently reminding themselves of their own potential and the power they hold to create the life they desire. But make no mistake, the words you say to yourself, whether positive or negative, have a profound impact on your outcomes. We live in a world where external circumstances often dictate how we feel about ourselves. Society, media, and other people constantly attempt to define our worth, our potential, and our place in the world. But the truth is, your worth is not defined by anyone else. It is defined by you. And the most powerful tool you have to unlock your potential is your own self-talk, your internal dialogue. The words you speak to yourself are the foundation upon which your success is built. If you constantly affirm that you are not capable, that success is for others but not for you, or that you are powerless in the face of challenges, then that is exactly what you will manifest. On the other hand, if you affirm your strength, your resilience, and your ability to overcome anything that stands in your way, then you begin to shape a life filled with possibilities, opportunities, and achievements. Self-affirmation is not about empty words or wishful thinking. It is about reinforcing the truth that you have the power to shape your reality through your actions, your decisions, and your mindset. When you speak with confidence, when you affirm that you are moving toward success, that you are capable of achieving greatness, your subconscious mind begins to internalize those words. You begin to believe in your own power. And as you begin to believe, your behavior begins to change. You act with more confidence, more purpose, and more determination. The act of affirming your power also has a profound effect on your vision. The clearer your vision becomes, the more you can speak that vision into existence. You must speak as if the success you desire is already on its way to you. You must affirm that every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow, that every challenge is a stepping stone toward your ultimate success. Your words must align with your vision. Speak as though you already possess the qualities, skills, and resources you need to succeed, because your words will shape your actions, and your actions will create your reality. But here's the key: you must speak with conviction. Affirmations are not mere words to be repeated mechanically. They must be spoken with belief and passion. When you speak with conviction, you are sending a powerful message to your subconscious mind that you are in control. You are programming yourself for success. You are telling yourself, I am worthy, I am capable, I am on the path to success, and nothing can stop me. In those moments when doubt creeps in, when fear threatens to take hold, you must double down on your self-affirmation. Remind yourself of the vision you've set for your life. Remind yourself of the power you hold within. Your self-affirmation is the antidote to fear, and it is the fuel that will drive you toward your goals. So, start today, speak to yourself with confidence and clarity, affirm your strength, your abilities, and your potential. You are not a victim of your circumstances, you are the creator of your destiny. When you affirm this truth, you begin to unlock the doors to unlimited possibilities.